Hey guys, Dirtbag Gaming here. We're going to be doing another Raid Shadow Legends video for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about my boy Rotos. He's one of the best pulls I've ever had. He wasn't a part of the fusion that I did. I kind of skipped on that fusion. I was still a newer player, but luckily I got him in a 10 pull just randomly. I was so excited because he definitely changed my arena game. He was okay with the dungeons. He just does a crap ton of damage. We're going to be going over everything that we can use him in, and we're going to be throwing him in some arena matches so you can see what he does after the nerf. He did get nerfed pretty hard, but with the changes, it doesn't really, for what I was using him for, it doesn't have that much of an effect. The block revive in the Ice Golem, by the time they get to that part of the boss, he's already going to be full maxed out anyway, so the block revive is definitely going to be kicking in. But we're going to be going over that today. First, we're going to start off with the artifacts, go over the skills, and go over the masteries. So we'll start that right away. Let's go right over to the artifacts. I have him in a Relentless set. When everybody started getting this guy, Relentless just made so much more sense just because his A1 had a extra hit, luckily. But with this, it procs every now and then. With the Relentless set, I believe it has an 18% chance to get an extra hit. Now, sometimes in the arena it comes in clutch, and sometimes it doesn't come in at all. But it's really just there just to make arena that much easier. If you put him into the clan boss, it definitely will happen a lot in the clan boss, but it kind of gets rid of some of your buffs. But I definitely had a Relentless set because it was one of my best gears I had. So I saved all my Relentless gear strictly just for this guy. But we'll go over the weapon on him. He has a lot of crit damage. You can see down here it's around 200. So crit damage, I wanted to get up to that 100% crit rate. He's a little bit over right now. But there's his weapon. We got the helmet and also the shield. Try and get the speed in all the substats just to make sure that he's okay in the arena. Crit rate, just so I didn't have to focus on the crit on the gear. His chest piece is attack chest piece. And also his speed boots is the highest speed boots I had for the crit damage set. His artifacts, we have a health. Now, one of his skills is off of the HP, so adding to his HP isn't that much of a bad thing. Sometimes you see Rotos in the arena where he doesn't have a lot of HP. I want my Rotos to survive some attacks to try and proc that counter attack, to try and cut in on their team. So I wanted to go a little bit more HP on my Rotos. Sometimes you see a Rotos with a ton of HP and he's almost unkillable. Sometimes you see him with no HP and he's really just a glass cannon. I wanted mine a little bit in between. So that's kind of went with the HP on the ring. Crit damage, obviously, on the necklace. You want to get that 6-star crit damage set. It definitely helps out. And this is my only attack banner I had. But getting the attack banner, you definitely want it. I did proc the speed a little bit and also the percentage of the attack. So that was one of the best banners I had, and I 16'd it out as soon as possible. Here's his overall stats that you guys are going to see with my masteries. I boosted all the way up with the critical damage, the crit rate, and the resistance. Again, I want to build up the resistance in my Great Hall, but this is my Great Hall stats. So extra 25% with the crit damage. So if you're not there yet, you will get there. The 80% buff to kind of help with, land his decreased defense on his A1. The defense and the attack is good, and then the extra 700 for that. So these are his total stats. 211% crit damage. Definitely need that 100% crit rate, especially for the arena. 197 speed with my group in my arena. He is going last because of my stun. So you're going to see that I'm going to try and stun and sleep everybody with my Prince Kaimar. So that gives him a little bit more time to build a more DPS and not strictly just focus on the speed. So I didn't take away any from his DPS because his speed isn't that high. But it's definitely still good for the clan boss if you want to throw him in for the clan boss. Now let's go over his skills. His A1, fully booked out. Decreases the defense, has a 75% chance to do that, and 25% chance of granting the extra turn. This is what actually got nerfed. I believe it used to be 30% chance, so now it went down to a 25% chance, and it still happens quite often. But see, it's based off the attack and HP. So that's why, again, if you're boosting up with his HP, it's not a bad thing because it goes off the HP. This one hits still really hard. It's based off of his HP and attack as well. Attacks one enemy, decreases target's max HP by 20%, then adds the HP to this champion's own max HP, which you don't see a lot in this game. This is such a unique skill. Cannot decrease the single target's max HP more than 60% in one battle, cannot increase the champion's max HP by 60%. So once he gets up to this max HP, this last spell his last skill is going to then use the block revive. So it's not going to be that keen in the arena because you're going to be having to do this a couple times to finally get that block revive. This is going to be mainly for the ice golems. But again, you see he's fully kitted out. I want to put all my books into this guy because he's definitely an arena changer. But the A2 is kind of there to just boost up his HP. So you'll see sometimes his HP is just so big, like there's so many little dots on his bar because he's already maxed out an extra 60k in HP. And finally, his last spell ignores 60% of the target's defense, will also ignore unkillable and block damage bust. Now, I looked and I couldn't find anybody in the game that does both of these. Usually it's either one or the other. Enemies killed by the skill cannot be revived or gain maximum amount of HP. So you have to gain the maximum amount from A2 to use the block revive on his A3. Like I said, in the arena, it is a big nerf because you used to just kill the max DPS with this, and then the reses couldn't block revive. So you're going to start seeing him not as good in the defense. He used to be my defense in my arena, but I kind of took him out and added another guy just for the auto, because his auto will do this first. Just to kind of add more HP. So it does hit hard, but I wish his auto was this, and then it procs another turn if you kill an enemy model. So it definitely hits hard. So you kill somebody and then it'll go back and use this. So I wish they did this in the arena first and then this, but it doesn't. So his passive, this is kind of what makes him so broken for the arena. You can't kill him in one shot unless he has less than 50% HP. So we'll decrease damage from enemy hits so that the incoming damage from the single hit does not exceed 50% of max HP. So if you have a really hard hitting nuke guy, it won't kill him. It'll only do 50% of his HP unless he's below 50%. So if somebody did a couple damage, couple knockdown, got him to 50% or lower, then you can come in and nuke him. He's really bad against multi-hitters. You'll see that he'll just die if you have a 2-hit or a 3-hitter into the arena. That's why I try and build him with a little bit more HP. You can't decrease the damage on bosses, and he's really good with the Siphi Lost Bride. I do not have Siphi Lost Bride. She is also very, very good, but I just use him solo. So he can definitely be used solo. So the masteries we have on him, I built him pretty tanky. So I built him with obviously the offense tree and the defense tree. I don't have him with a lot of accuracy. If you want to bring him in just for the defense down on any of your bosses in the PvE, you can, but mainly you're going to see this tree just to try and get the counterattack. So if he loses more than 25% of his max HP, which again he won't get nuked, he'll have more of a chance to counterattack and then kind of cut into their team and start doing some more damage, which I've seen him counterattack, come in, charge, kill somebody to his A3, get another attack, uses A2, proc Relentless, uses A1, proc an extra hit. It goes boom, 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 boom. There's been so many times where I just use Rotos to kill the entire team. It's hilarious, but it stinks when it gets used against you. But you definitely want the Retribution for his defensive skill. Now use really whatever you think is the best for your build. I brought him down to the extra 20% crit damage because my damage would have only been around 180% crit damage, so I wanted that extra consistency with the critical damage. A lot of people can use the Helm Smasher in the arena. If you have the Savage set on him, you ignore 25% and then have an extra 50% to ignore another 25%, plus his A3 skill, ignoring that 60% of the defense. It's a lot of defense ignored. So, but this is just a chance. It's a 50% chance to proc. I'd rather just get the extra 20% damage. But again, it's your preference. Either go with one of these two. If you have him strictly just for the clan boss, which he is really good on the clan boss just because he does so much damage, you're obviously going to want to come down to the War Master. Just get the War Master procs. I'm not going to show him in the clan boss today, but in the clan boss matchup, I've seen him do, from my team, around 10 to 13 million as strictly just attacking the clan boss. He is in a counterattack team, so I do build my team based off that, and I'll only use him in maybe the green affinity or the blue affinity. Obviously, he wouldn't be good in the red affinity. So those are his masteries. Let's throw him right into something that he's really good for, which is the Ice Golem. So a lot of you guys are going to be having him in your Ice Golem team just because he is very tanky. He will make it to the boss. and he removes from play a lot of the boss's minions, which is kind of what you need for this matchup. So with this matchup, I threw in a Bad L. He's definitely good. The debuffs from Draco, he just hits so hard. He helps getting through the waves, and she helps getting through the waves because you put that block buffs onto the second wave to try and get through that second wave, because the second wave is the hardest, and obviously with the Rotos in there too. So let's start this up, get it going. I think this run is close to 1:30 to 2 minutes. Now, if you're like me, you don't have the 30-second farm for your dungeons, but as long as you get through with a 100% success rate, you're good with just throwing it on that 30% auto and just kind of getting up to do your tournaments. So don't really struggle and kill yourself trying to get the perfect team to get down to that 30-second mark. If you're a whale, you have a ton of money to blow on the game, definitely do it. But for me, and you're just going to get through with a 100% success rate. So I'm just going to keep this on auto. You just notice that Rotos' damage, once he procs it, it's almost always over 100k. So throws in 88k with the debuffs. That was his A2. His A2 is going to steal his health. You notice his health bar just goes up so high. He's got the most health on my team right now. There's the A3. He would have gotten an extra turn, hit for 81k, but he didn't really need it. This is the wave I was talking about, which is the hardest one to get through, just because the if you attack him, bounces back and attacks yourself. So that's kind of why we brought her in here. Yep, so throws up those block buffs. Didn't get on this guy, so he's still going to have that buff on him if he lives. So many poisons. That was a 76k A1. He's also got the skill to put an extra shield on himself when he kills somebody. He definitely needs that in the arena. Kills that. He's at the block revive. He just did 145k, 153k. He's now maxed health. You see how much health he has. He's not going to die. But that was the extra hit. So he killed the one guy, blocked the revive, and then killed this guy on his A2 with 150k. So he definitely does the damage. Like he is known for just rocking out the damage. 156k block revive. So now again, this is on auto. If you did want to do it manually, you can take down the bosses or the boss's guards easily. But him just going in, just doing so much damage, it's kind of what he's known for. So this guy usually dies to get to the boss, so that's why the runs aren't too fast. But 109k. He just doesn't take any damage. Just because of his passive. So that was 209,000. It wouldn't have block revived because it was the A2, but 209,000 damage on his A2. So on the boss, he just did 177k with debuffs. So he did bring him back because I didn't have the block revive on him, but still, he does so much damage, guys. So that was the Relentless getting the extra attack. This should block him. Yep, so that blocked that damage, 178k. 218k. And got an extra attack and blocked the revive, 177k. And he is a beast. He's made for this dungeon right here. So he killed both of the ads, blocked revive on both of the ads, and now he's just doing damage to the boss. Extra turn, going again, 107k. Draco's going to do what he can, and he's just going to solo the boss. So 111k. The poison's going to proc, take him down. Yep, so there you go. 3-minute run, but this is a 100% run. I haven't lost with this team yet. My best time was 1:29. So that's what Rotos does. He basically just gets you through this dungeon super easily. Another dungeon we have is the dragons. You'll see him doing good in dragons. He just does so much damage to the dragons. He gets you through the waves. Dragon's probably one of the easiest dungeons you can do in this game. I kind of use it just for my farming plateau now, so I use these two to farm and kind of boost up my other levels. But let's just throw in some guys here. Get that Rotos going. So Rotos, him, and let's go her. I haven't seen her in it yet. So just a random team, just kind of show you what he does. He does so much damage, guys, in the dungeons. Even if you have him as a PvP build with all the crit damage, he will get you to the boss. especially when he starts stealing the health from all the ads. He will steal some of the health from the dragon, but it just, he kills him so fast. So you definitely want a poisoner for the dragons. You want to get through the waves, and you might see the guy who just nukes everybody, Royal Guard, a lot. I forgot, I should have thrown him in here. It makes it a lot faster. I think I have a 57 dragon run, 57-second dragon run with my Royal Guard. Get the 100% ally attack with her booked up. So he's, like I said, around 197 speed, so he is fast, just not the fastest for the arena. 158k, 143k, got through those two guys pretty easily. Alright guys, just finished up that run. It was 249. He did 1.3 million damage, double than almost the entire team besides Draco and his poisons. So what you guys came to see was him post-nerf, so let's throw him into the arena and show you what he's got after the nerf. He still hits really hard, he still kills people on his A2, or A3, and then procs the A2. So let's go right into the arena. I'm in Gold 4 right now. I've been in Gold 4. I made it to Platinum a couple times, but again, once you get to Platinum, you kind of just get kicked right back out anyway. My defense isn't made to stay in Platinum, but we always have fun in Gold 4. So let's face a really hard team. This is kind of like the 3 Rezzers and Rotos, so this is a very, very good defensive team. 193k, this team that I'm using right now, is going to be Arbiter, Draco, Prince Kymar. We're going to see which one's the faster Prince Kymar. I have one that's tuned with her, which is 264, so this is going to be the one that we need. Arbiter, and we need a Rotos. So where is the Rotos? Let's put in the speed lead. So this is the team. Let's see how he does. Our goal is to stun the team, try and one-shot one of the Rezzers, and kill the other Rezzers. So we're going to try and kill 2 Rezzers for 1 Rotos. Here we go. So I am faster than their speed lead. Let's boost up the team, get that attack up. Let's sleep as many people as we can. They didn't have any buffs on them, slept all of them. Let's debuff all of them, see if we got the good accuracy. She's very, very hard to kill, but we're going to try and kill 2 Rezzers. So the first Rezzer is going to be Arbiter. And then she has more turn meter, so we're going to try and one-shot her, only with the defense down, no weaken. So you go 60k, 60.6k, one-shotted both people. But he didn't get the relentless proc, but he did kill 2 people at once. So that was post-nerf, guys. He's still able to do what you're trying to do in post-nerf. If I had the block revive, she wouldn't be able to revive, so I wouldn't be too scared if she brought her back. But let's reset all the cooldowns and boost the turn meter. Let's do some damage to Rotos. Knock him down a little bit. And then let's boost the speed again. So it's going to let my Rotos go above this chick. So let's kill her. We got 102,000 damage. This isn't going to kill this Rotos because he's above 50%. So it's the same thing. But yeah, so he did 16k just because his passive, like I said, he's just so tanky. Same thing with mine. Doesn't kill mine. Procs the counter attack and just boom, kills the Rotos. So that's kind of how I set up this team. So that's a perfect example of what you guys are looking for post-nerf. He's still really good in the offense team. Defense team, not so much. Let's see if there's another hard team on here. She is very good. This is 2 Rezzers, no Rotos though. So I'll show you with it would be so much easier if the block revive was still there, because if you kill the Skull Crown, she never has a lot of defense. He's made to block her unkillable buff and do the block revive. But post-nerf, you can't do that, obviously. So we kind of have to see who gets stunned with the sleep and kill their Rezzers before the damage, or the DPSer. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Prior nerf, get to kill Skull Crown without even blinking. Past nerf, you're not able to do that anymore. So you just got to be careful and prioritize who you're going to kill. So let's get rid of the buffs. Sleeps everybody. So again, we're going to see if he is faster. She is, so I have to kill her and her, because she's just going to res him back up. So we're going to try and kill this person. Now, she has to be my next priority. She's still asleep, which is good. So we're going to try and focus this person down. So 14k, very high defense, very high resistance. No damage to me. So I'm going to try and speed back up. She's going to res her, but I'll be able to kill her again and then do more damage to her. So let's reset. throw up, can't, so we're going to just try and do some damage to her. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Get her unkillable up. So now what you can do here is, she is now lower, so we're going to try and do this person, and then kill the Reser. Cool, so 30k with no buffs up, and I had no attack down. So this is why the block revive, it was a huge nerf to Rotos, because it's the 2 healer team is why you should bring Skull Crown now with the Rotos not being nerfed. So, and then see what she does. Yep, kills my whole team, but that's gone now. So we're just gonna kind of pluck them down now. So we'll get her, proc the extra attack, let's do some damage to her, gets the extra attack, do some damage to her, 21k, all the buffs up. So now she can't res for a while, so I should be able to win this matchup. Can't get the buffs on him, we'll get the buffs on her. She should be able to res and go again. Take away some turn meter. Got it. Cool. So now let's see if I can finish off their Arbiter with my Rotos. So A3 hits the hardest. Yep, finish him off, 45k. And this guy doesn't do any damage, so we'll just finish that off. So you can see, with the nerf, it definitely was a hit with the block revive, but you can see that he's still good. He still hits really hard. He still survives. Look how much health he still has. It's just, he's still really good on the offense team. So don't be too upset if you got him, you were super excited, and all of a sudden he got nerfed. You kind of saw it coming. But if you still have him, run him. He's amazing. He just did 68k to a bad affinity. So you want to see one more? Let's go one more. I love just kind of doing arena in this game. So we'll do a really easy matchup into this guy. He still scares me. He got a huge buff, but we'll try and kill the team really fast. Boost it up, speed tuned, get the sleeps going. Like I said, definitely got to kill him. He scares me a lot. So what's great about Draco is like it doesn't take away from the sleep. So if you have something like that where you have a Draco and you have a Prince Kymar, that combo is really good because it doesn't stop the sleeping. So I'm going to try and kill the Reser with the A3. I should kill him because he doesn't have a lot of health, 78k, and do the A2 on the big DPS. So now he only has Kale, which could be really high DPS, but also Madam. Kale still sleeps, so I want to just speed back up, reset the skills, do some damage to both of them. We'll do some more damage to Kale. She can't res, kill Kale, and then finally one-shot the Madam. So I love the boost with this team because he is only 200 speed or 197, but he's able to go twice before their Madam. So there you go, guys. Rotos, he's still really good. He still hits really hard. You can build him even more damage, but like I said, I like the HP with him just so we can survive a little bit more, and he is a little bit more tanky. But he's still one of my favorite champs. He still looks really cool. And I'm just happy that I was lucky to pull him. So if you are lucky to pull him, congrats. He's definitely really good. But if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Like I said, there's going to be a lot more videos coming soon. Check out my first video. I'm going to link that back up top. I'm super excited about this game. Super excited about everything that's coming up. So guys, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week.